Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Welcome back. An Ohio man charged with fatally striking a deputy with his car last week pleaded not guilty in court today. Rodney Hinton Jr. is accused of killing the retired sheriff's deputy just one day after Hinton's own son was shot and killed by police from a different department. We saw a dramatic scene in court today after commotion erupted in the courtroom gallery where the hearing was being held. Joining us now, NBC News correspondent Sh0t Brewster in Cincinnati. Shaq, walk us through what we heard and saw in that rowdy courtroom today.
Yes, and Clay, that commotion that you were just playing there really underscores the emotion that's being felt in this case. And that was the crux of the argument that we heard from the defense attorney really for the first time in this proceedings. The defense attorney not disputing that his client was involved in the crash that led to the death of Deputy Henderson, not disputing the idea that it was an intentional crash, but instead saying it was his emotional state that led him to act in this manner, saying that he was responding emotionally after seeing a video of his son being killed by an officer from a different department. That's something that was backed up by a family member who I spoke to after that hearing about the mental state and demeanor of the suspect, of the defendant in this case. Listen to a little bit of that conversation.
I can only imagine what he felt when he seen that video, because when I finally seen it, and I watched that video from the beginning to the end and watched my nephew drop the way that he dropped. It was like my soul left my body.
Robert Hinton, he pleaded not guilty in that courtroom. We can expect an updated plea to come once an indictment is officially filed.
Yeah, a lot of emotion today, Shaq. And I know also tributes are pouring in for the deputy killed last week. What more have we learned about him?
Yeah. Someone who was described as a professional who was loved by so many people. He was a 33-year veteran on the force, someone who was coming back to fill in essentially for traffic duty during a busy commencement weekend when he was struck in that accident on Friday. We were also learning more about the arrangements to celebrate his life, public visitation Thursday evening and Friday morning, and then his official funeral midday Friday that will be likely followed by a processional to honor his life and his service. Sinclair?
All right, Sh0t Brewster in Cincinnati. Thank you.
Wow, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Man, I'm just getting into this, man. I seen it a few days ago. It's been on the news. Robert Hinton, it was in court today, and he ended up having I think he pleaded not guilty against running down. He ran over Deputy Henderson. OG, you there?
Yes, man. It says judge ordered Rodney Hinton to be remanded with no bond in connection with the death of Hamilton County Special Deputy Larry Henderson. Hinton, who is charged with aggravated murder, pled not guilty. Before entering the plea, a commotion erupted in the courtroom gallery when Hinton's brother started yelling, "That's my brother, that's my brother." More than 50 police officers and at least 36 family members protesters were seated in the gallery. Deputies immediately escorted Hinton out of the room. They found him with aggravated. It was an accident. He ran over the man. The man was in the way.
OG, this here is a very, very emotional case because he had just seen his son killed by the police. And after he's seen that, he goes out and he sees a deputy.
No. Well, first of all,
wait a minute.
Let's get it correct. The lady said, and the commentator, the news reporter says he was coming from a vacation, so he wasn't even in uniform. So how did he know he was?
No, he knew. OG, come on, man.
Listen to what the news reporter said, that Henderson was coming back from Florida from a vacation when he got struck by Hinton. He wasn't in no patrol car. He wasn't on duty. He was an off-duty.
OG, you cannot sit here and tell me you don't know this man, knew that this man was, this was revenge, man. This was emotional, this was revenge, man.
Oh, yeah, you see, you Negroes, man, y'all, when it comes to white folks, y'all always jumping on the bandwagon.
I'm not jumping on no bandwagon. I'm calling it what it is. If I see my son get killed by another officer from a different department, and then I see this guy walking and having a good time just coming off a vacation, and out of pure deed, I am caught up in the fact that my son got gunned down. Yeah, it could go down like this. And they're saying in the court, you heard what the man just said. His lawyer's telling him he was his emotions and everything. He wasn't in a good state.
Okay, but that does not give probable cause that he knew that was a police.
Man, this man in Ohio, man, knew that guy was a police. If you go down the street now from here and you in a neighborhood every day, you know the police. Don't play me, OG.
Oh, come on. That ain't his neighborhood. Oh, you gonna justify you.
I'm not justifying anything. I'm saying
I'm going with the facts.
Okay.
The facts is the lady said that he was coming from vacation. He was an off-duty police. He wasn't on duty when he got killed.
Okay, but it was okay. We gonna listen at this again. Hold on, we gonna listen. Okay, let's go. We're gonna go back into this because I'm getting fired up because I know. Hold on.
Welcome back. An Ohio man charged with fatally striking a deputy with his car last week pleaded not guilty in court today. Rodney Hinton Jr. is accused of killing the retired sheriff's deputy just one day after Hinton's own son was shot and killed by police from a different department. We saw a dramatic scene in court today after commotion erupted in the courtroom gallery where the hearing was being held. Joining us now, NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster in Cincinnati. Shaq, walk us through what we heard and saw in that rowdy courtroom today.
Yes, and Clay, that commotion that you were just playing there really underscores the emotion that's being felt in this case. And that was the crux of the argument that we heard from the defense attorney really for the first time in this proceedings. The defense attorney not disputing that his client was involved in the crash that led to the death of Deputy Henderson, not disputing the idea that it was an intentional crash, but instead saying it was his emotional state that led him to act in this manner, saying that he was responding emotionally after seeing a video of his son being killed by an officer from a different department. That's something that was backed up by a family member who I spoke to after that hearing about the mental state and demeanor of the suspect, of the defendant in this case. Listen to a little bit of that conversation.
I can only imagine where you felt when you seen that video, because when I finally seen it, and I watched that video from the beginning to the end, and watched my nephew drop the way that he dropped. It was like my soul left my body.
Robert Hinton,
OG, this woman just said, this dude just said that he was acting off of emotions after he seen his son get shot. Now, if this man's son done got shot,
striking a deputy with his car last week, pleaded not.
Yeah, he fatally shot. He done lost it and went out emotionally and hit somebody, man.
His own son was shot and killed by police.
Wait a minute, bro.
Welcome back. An Ohio man charged with fatally striking a deputy with his car last week pleaded not guilty in court today. Rodney Hinton Jr. is accused of killing the retired sheriff's deputy.
This is a retired sheriff deputy. He was retired.
OG.
We saw a dramatic scene in court today after commotion.
A retired sheriff deputy.
Where the hearing was being
So he wasn't in. How did he know he was retired police?
Cincinnati. Shaq, walk us through what we heard and saw.
Now listen at what this man getting ready to say. Go ahead and keep going. His attorney white. He said he didn't mean to do it and he was under state. So wait a minute, you say his attorney, wait a dang minute. You said his attorney white. What does that have to do with anything?
Because they don't look at the same way we looked at. Because if it had, we just talked about earlier about the guy from Abercrombie and Finch going to trial, and he was said he was mentally incompetent. Now his attorney had forthwith sense to tell the judge that he couldn't stand trial because he was mentally incompetent for raping 80 boys. Now, this man has all the information that this man's mind wasn't good. Why didn't he plead him not guilty by temporary insanity? Rush shouldn't have had to say nothing at all. He had a public pretender that was on there that they all working against a black man in America.
OG, I definitely get it.
You kill one white man, the whole world is against you. They kill 100 of us and you celebrate it. I'm tired of y'all.
OG, listen. All I'm saying is his emotions got the best of him.
His emotions was all. He didn't go kill the man that killed his son.
No, he killed the dude from a different department, is what it said in the report.
He didn't even know what department. The man was retired, coming from vacation. He did not have you don't walk around retired with a police uniform on.
OG, I'm telling you right now, he knew this man.
He did not have a uniform on. I bet you $1 the dog shit.
Why would he just strike a man that he didn't know?
He didn't intend it. It was an accident.
It wasn't no accident, OG.
He was drinking Cisco and that Mad Dog 9090. He was in his feelings, and this clear person walked across the street and he ran over him. It was an accident.
OG, he have to answer for that. That's why those people That's why those people was in that courtroom today. This man had been a police department, this deputy for 33 years, man. They're not going to just go away. He's going to have to plead temporary insanity or something because they're not going to go away on this. He's going to have to fight this. This is an uphill battle.
Do you know how many blacks he done killed or beat up in 33 years? It ain't like he ain't got no blood.
OG, I seen this one and I said, I don't know if I'm going to touch on this because I knew you was going to be biased in this. I knew you was going to. All I'm telling you is that man was emotional and he lost his son and it's justifiable. But the only thing he hit the wrong guy. He went and dealt with it in the wrong way. He hit the wrong guy.
So one police die and 1,000 blacks die and you just gonna cry about one death.
Not crying, just stating the facts of what they're about to put a grand jury together. They're about to indict this young man. Robert Hinton is about to be indicted. He better be brought up before the grand jury. They finna try to put it to it, and that's what I'm telling you.
First of all, let me explain this to you.
Talk to me.
Okay, he does not have to be indicted because he's already went to a preliminary hearing and pled not guilty.
Okay, so they still got to go before the grand jury, don't they?
No, they don't.
That's what the lady just said on here.
He's not. What are you going to the grand jury for? And they didn't already. The reason that they go to the grand jury is because they have lack of evidence, and before they go to trial, they do a grand jury hearing on you and have some people. The defense cannot say anything. Just the prosecution brings the case to 10 people.
Listen.
And those 10 people say whether they're going to indict you or not. When you go to trial for arraignment, when you went to trial on your case, you didn't have to go to a grand jury.
What I'm telling you right now is the lady just said that. They're saying, listen, they're saying, so do you think that he's not going to have to face the charges for this? Are you serious?
They gave him an aggravated murder he pled not guilty to. What did he go to his grand jury for?
Well, no. They didn't give him no aggravated murder yet.
They gave him an aggravated... Bro, I just read it to you.
Go back to it.
Wait a minute.
Get to it because I'm telling you right now, that young lady, so either she's saying that the grand jury was going...
Judge Rodney Hinton...
Robert Hinton, that's the guy who going to trial.
Wait a minute. The judge ordered Rodney Hinton to remand with no bond in connection with the death of County Special Deputy Larry Henderson. Hinton, who is charged with aggravated murder, pled not guilty. Who is charged with aggravated murder, pled not guilty.
Now, let me say this. The little dude that stabbed Metcalf, is that his name?
Right, Roger Metcalf.
He hadn't been charged the other week. His case had to go before a grand jury.
He hadn't been charged.
So this guy here, you saying is charged.
He's charged.
So this woman, okay, so she got it wrong. Well, at any rate, OG, you got that right. But at any rate, listen to me and hear me good on this. Because of what happened to Larry Henderson, Deputy Larry Henderson, who was on the force for 33 years. He was on the force for 33 years. Retired Deputy Larry Henderson. Them people, listen, them people was up in there today. And it got real. Listen, it was like 1954, or 1934, and them people and emotions was high. They just lost. They lost. No, they didn't have hoodies on, but they just listen. They just lost. They just lost somebody who meant a lot to them, just like Rodney lost somebody who meant a lot to him, his son. This is tough to look at both sides of this coin. And in Ohio, where this is happening at, we got to pray for that city because it's tough right now in that city. You seen his aunt. The boy, she seen the video, she lost it. A lot of family members up there are upset right now. But I don't say that, I can't say that this is justifiable by hitting the guy who had nothing to do with it, OG.
It was an accident. How many people get killed? Was it an accident when they killed Emmett Till?
No.
You go awful quiet. You remember Emmett Till?
I remember Emmett Till.
Okay. So, yeah, the family that the white girl supposed to got whistled at,
she didn't.
It never happened.
Yeah.
And they killed Emmett Till. So now one white man died, and the 36 Ku Klux Klansmen and 50 police talking about kill the ninja, and his brother stands up by himself, and they push his brother away. He said, "That's my brother. You can't talk about my brother like that. He's a human like y'all are."
OG, I get it, and you're exactly right on the Emmett Till explanation. But Robert Hinton, because his son had died and he just watched that video.
Rodney.
Well, one said Robert, one said Rodney. Whatever R you want, Mr. Hinton. Well, Mr. Henderson,
you got Henderson, you got Hamilton, and you got Hinder. It's a bunch of
H's. But I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be horrifying if he go up. If he go, this thing done spiraled out of control. Both parties, both sides have taken great losses, and we got to live in this world together, OG. And there's yes, we do. And OG, they got to go back, and the police got to protect and serve the Hintons, even though that mishap happened, and the Hendersons. The Hendersons and the Hintons both got to pay taxes in that city.
But now, okay, let's go back to this, Mr. Balls Talk.
Go ahead.
Now, it's never been no big media about his son getting killed by the police, but we got this big hoorah about retired Deputy Henderson being killed. He got run over, but brother was brutally shot by the police. Do you read scripture? An eye for an eye?
That's old. That's the old covenant. I'm not going to do that with you.
Oh, not old. We got old and
no. Listen. All those. I knew you. It was a touchy situation for me to get on this topic with you. I knew it was going to be touchy because you look at this. You look at this. And you got to understand, OG. You looked at this man, this deputy, Larry Henderson, and you automatically started to put it to be a race thing. I know what you're doing.
It is a race thing.
Okay, now you look at Hinton in Hinton, Rodney or Robert is standing in this courtroom. He's standing in this courtroom, and the chaos break out. His brother, hey man, that's my brother. And you're right. It is a thing where it's the police force against these black people. And to be honest with you, it's a tough call. And I hate to see him going through this, and we're going to have to pray for him, OG.
I ain't pray. It's in my prayers. I got some pray for some more stuff.
What are you talking about?
I gotta pray for the strippers in the strip club.
Oh Lord, OG.
God want to save everybody, bro. But now let's go back to that.
Let's go back.
Was it 36 his family members there and 50 police and Hinton, him and his brother. Hinton looked so scared up in there. You reminded me of Emmett Till, little bitty brother, up in that defense.
But he drove a big car. He drove a big car.
Amongst all them white people, all his grieving cousins, they were scared. They tried to come in the courtroom, but the white people wouldn't let them in. They was outside.
OG, how fast do you think he had to be going to kill a man in a car? How fast was he going?
He was going, how fast do you usually go? 80 miles an hour.
What? OG, all I'm saying, this is not.
He should have been trying to cross the street and know I was coming.
OG, I think it's a thing where they're accusing him of fatally striking deputy with a car after his son was killed by the police.
Anytime you hit somebody with a car, it could be fatal.
Well, OG, we ain't gonna come to no agreement at the end of this. All I'm gonna say is
we gonna agree.
Both parties, we gotta pray for both parties. We gotta pray for the sheriff, Larry Henderson, that has been. Listen, Larry Henderson been on the department, police department deputy for 33 years, retired. And he was out there walking, minding his business, and was struck by a car that was moving at a fast rate. It had to be.
Now, allegedly, I just got word. Allegedly, Deputy Henderson was coming out the strip club.
Oh, whatever. I'm not going to do this with you, OG. OG, man. Hey, y'all, get in the comments, man. Let us know what you think. I'm saying he definitely, what'd you call that, OG? The one where you say temporary insanity? That's something I think, and I agree with you on that. He definitely was going through something after watching that video and after watching his son get killed. But I also want to send prayers out for the Larry Henderson's family as well, both families. And get in the comments, let us know, what do you think about this? Do you feel like this here is something that is going to be something that's going to go? Has it gone too far already? Will we be able to? Who's right in this? Because I don't think two wrongs make a right. Who's right in this? Get in the comments. Let us know. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.